Alright, what's good YouTube, it's Jay here. So for today's video, I thought it'd be pretty fun to go and make a Call of Duty Black Ops 2 map tier list. We're gonna be ranking some of the best maps in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and ranking some of the absolute stinkers that game rarely actually ever had. Oh, do I remember Aftermath? I never liked this map. I'm gonna be honest. I thought this was the worst map in the game by far. Anytime I loaded into it, the lobby was half full and I just didn't feel excitement when I played it. Like, I hated this map, honestly. Cargo, I would put in Great. I thought Cargo was a pretty solid map. Carrier, I'm only putting this in Great. Carrier might actually go in the excellent slot, to be honest. Carrier was a really fun map to play on. Legendary for a lot of different like snipes and trick shots that were kind of done here. Cove, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't play Cove in its prime. I did play it on like Plutonium, I think, or something. This is back in the day where if you were younger than the age of like 20, you couldn't afford the DLC maps or anything, or your parents couldn't be convinced to spend like the $20 or whatever it was to get the DLC packs. I don't even know if it was $20, but back in the day, you could spend $20, I think, and get entire map packs. Nowadays, if you spend that, you get a skin and some camos, and barely even that. Where did we go wrong? Detour. Okay, I remember playing Detour, I think. Was that in a different map pack, or was it the same as this one? I might have played Code. I remember Detour. I actually like Detour. I actually thought that was a pretty great map overall. It might not have been my account I played on. I might have played it on over like my brother's house or something, but I actually thought Detour was a pretty good map. Dig, I don't remember Dig at all. I think, isn't it like a map with a bunch of trenches and stuff in it? You know what? Maybe I did play Cove, I'm just not remembering. So we'll just leave this in a, I don't remember if I actually played its like slot. That's what this one is. Downhill was the, I'm only gonna put it in good because actually it was kind of fun to play on, watching people get ran over by like the things that carry people over, the gondolas. Watching people just get ran over by the gondolas was hilarious. Drone was actually a pretty good map, I'd say. I don't think I really have too many complaints about this map. I mean, aside from people sitting in the farthest back part of the map just sniping the whole game. Other than that, I mean, I really didn't mind it. It wasn't hard to get through. It wasn't a hard map to like kind of like understand and master. I actually thought it was a pretty decent map. Encore, I remember Encore. I'll give it decent. It was an okay map. This was the one with like the little center stage. I think there was like a little back outer area you kind of rotate through. It was okay. Express, God's here, one of the best maps we've ever had. Frost was a remake, I think, of a Black Ops 2 map. I don't remember Frost, to be honest. Grind, I would say that was a God tier map also. I mean, it was a fun map to snipe on. It was a pretty map just to generally look at. And the rotations weren't really that hard to get through. The only thing I ever had a problem with Grind was going up like the little skate ramps and trying to mantle over stuff if I didn't have like dexterity on or whatever what that perk was. It made it so hard to mantle over those like little areas. But you could just run around them too. I miss Black Ops 2 so much. I think I missed the old era of just Call of Duty. It was just a different time, man. You really had to experience it to be there. Nowadays, it just don't hit the same, man. Hijacked. I mean, do I even gotta debate it? Hijack, in my opinion, was one of the funnest pub maps of all time. Just getting swarms of this map, the battles like between the upper parts, like back and forth with each other. I used to go on crazy streaks in this map. Like you could literally just keep rotating over and over with it, slowly just kind of playing through like little cubby areas and stuff. I was using the KSG. I think that was the shotgun that fired slug rounds. Remember we had a shotgun specialized for slug rounds and not like an ammo type? I kind of miss that. I miss weapons feeling kind of special. You could basically build every single gun in modern Call of Duty the same way now. But back in the day, they used to be guns with very niche and specific roles. KSG on Hijacked, good times. Hydro, was this a map where you can get flooded? I'll give it an okay. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. I mean, this is when they really started adding those like gimmicky maps in. I was just thinking of it, Magma. I didn't play too much of Magma. I thought it was decent. I died a lot to fire. Meltdown, I think Meltdown was good. If I got it like in rotation, I played it. Did I actively ever seek to vote Meltdown? Not really. Okay, I think Mirage was the map I was talking about earlier with like the little trenches or whatever. I remember seeing images of it. I might have watched like a YouTube video that had Mirage in it. I'm just gonna put it under never played. I'm keeping this as like the I don't remember playing these like these maps. Like because that's pretty much all of this is. I'm 99% certain I did play most of these at some point. I just don't remember it. It was so long ago. Over 12 years ago, man. Nuketown 2025. Do we even put it less than God's here? Some people say that the original Nuketown was the best. Some people enjoyed this one. Some people enjoyed the Black Ops 3 one. The Black Ops 4 one doesn't really get too much notoriety. The Cold War one actually is pretty fun. I actually really enjoyed Nuketown on Cold War. Overflow. I'll give it a great. I used to do some hardcore camping on this map. I remember Overflow being kind of like a really campy area. You had a bunch of little nooks and crannies. You just plant like bouncing betties and stuff all over, and especially on like that rider side of the map, depending on what spawn you in. Like that little area that had like the crashed bus, I think you could climb up that. There's a little window right there, and there were like little pockets right there. You could put bouncing betties all in that room. I think that's how that went. There's a staircase leading up to that room. You could hide the bouncing betties at the top of the staircase and just troll people. Good times, man. Plaza, I mean, I wouldn't say Plaza is like my favorite map of all time, but it's basically God tier. Plaza might go into God tier, honestly, I think. Because I like it better than Carrier. I didn't really like Carrier more than I did any of these maps up here. I guess we could say order matters in this case. I think Plaza is relatively about the same as these, but I still would prefer to play pretty much all these over Plaza. It's still a really good map though. Pod. Pod's gonna go in great strictly because I remember H2O Delirious back in like an old Black Ops 2 Vanoss video, he called it poo.
4 brand new multiplayer maps.
Frost. Dig. Take off. And poo. You ever wanted to fight in a big pile of shit? Well, we got the map for you!
Raid, the map that many consider to be the greatest Call of Duty map of all time. I don't even need to debate it. God tier map, one of the most competitive maps we've ever had in the history of Call of Duty esports. Literally one of my favorite maps of all time. Just fun to look at, simple, but at the same time, there's a bit of differentiation. I don't know. A very fun, straightforward map, not complicated to get through. Love Raid, man. I would play this map a million times if I got the chance. Rush. I thought Rush was great. It wasn't my favorite map, but I thought it was pretty cool, I guess. The whole paintball aesthetic was pretty nice. The size of the map was really good for the most part. I just don't have that many memories on it, but I do remember it being a pretty solid map overall. I think Slums arguably might be up here with God tier. Slums is such a fun map to just go on crazy streaks with, man. Especially once you get like the middle control near the fountain and stuff. Like you could just do so many crazy things on that map and just go on huge streaks after a while. It followed that same 4-lane philosophy that a lot of these older Call of Duty maps followed, which is just what I miss. I miss the simplicity of COD. I don't think people really ever ask for COD to just become like a milsim, like a true milsim kind of game with all these different attachments, these crazy map designs and stuff. I feel like MW3's actually done a pretty good job with like all of the DLC maps. They're all for the most part pretty enjoyable. Maybe it's just nostalgia talking, but boy do I miss BO2, man. I miss this game. I miss these maps, man. Standoff is another God tier map. It's not even a debate. Standoff is one of the most historical maps of all time, and Call of Duty, need I say more. Studio is a remake of what, Firing Range? Maybe great. Firing Range was always a pretty fun map, but these two are literally the same map, but I would say they're great. I mean, not my favorite map, not my least favorite map. Like I would play it if it popped up. I remember playing Takeoff. This map was, oh wait, was it Takeoff? No, it was Vertigo. Okay, this is the one where you can rotate up like a sort of rounded staircase all the way to the top. There's a little window. There's like some construction like to your left or something, I think. I played so little of this map. I'm basically gonna leave it here. I don't really remember too much of it. I'm gonna say good because I remember getting spawn trapped a lot in this map for some stupid reason. Spawning like right bottom where the car is, that little like pickup truck or whatever. I used to get trapped back there all the time. Uplink was weird. This was a weird map. I will say this one was decent. It was a weird map. It had like constant rain going 24/7. I couldn't see people half of the time on it. It was decent. It wasn't my favorite. I actually thought Vertical was a damn fun map. The whole like sky aesthetic being all the way up in the air was the first in my opinion. That was the first time I'd ever seen that in pretty much any shooter because I was so new to shooters when I started really playing Call of Duty back in the day. But this map was just pretty to look at. Yemen. What do we rank Yemen? Yemen is a tough one actually. Like, because I don't feel like it's better than any of the maps that are existing in God tier right now. I don't necessarily feel like it's lower than great. I think I would put Yemen in excellent. I think this one is just more of a historical map, honestly. Like, I would put Yemen in excellent. I think that's a pretty fair trade. Doing videos like this really just makes me miss the simplistic days of Call of Duty, man. The simplistic gunsmith, or what was it, just Pig 10 back in the day. The simplistic maps, the simplistic design of the games. I miss when the games kind of had an identity. I know people like skins and custom skins and whatever, but I really do just miss like every video game game, specifically Call of Duty, kind of just having its own look, its own appeal. I know we had like custom skins and stuff in like Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, but I feel like those games were always fundamentally meant to be more of the silly kind of Call of Duties, the funny kind of Call of Duties. Like you had your own crazy skins in those, the emotes, like they didn't take themselves that serious. So I enjoyed it when we just knew what kind of game we were getting. Now everything just feels so weird. Either way, I miss the simplistic days of Call of Duty. I miss Black Ops 2. I miss it being 2012, just waking up and playing this game periodically. Back when I did finally get Xbox Live, or I would go over like a friend's house, or I miss those simple days. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and especially if you miss Black Ops 2 and old Call of Duties. I'm talking about MW, MW2, Black Ops 1, MW3, Black Ops 2. I'm throwing Ghost in there too, because that actually was a pretty fun game in my opinion. Ghost gets way too much hate. But if you miss these old Call of Duties, let me know in the comments down below. And again, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. I hope you have a great day. Peace.